Alright, so the fourth Steven bomb happened. I didn't do a video on the last one because, I don't know. But this Steven bomb was really interesting and had a lot of reveals in it. The first episode of the week, The Answer, told us about how Ruby and Sapphire met. And that apparently Sapphire was serving under Blue Diamond, and we got to see a little bit of her. And there was another Pearl there that had like hair over her eyes. So similar to how Sapphire looks, and I guess Blue Diamond, she has like a veil thing over her head. But I'm guessing her hair's over her eyes also. And maybe they all have one eye? I don't know. I can't remember specifically if they actually showed Blue Diamond's eyes or the Pearl's eyes. Or maybe Sapphire's defective somehow. Or all Sapphires have one eye. The one thing that I didn't like about that story is the fact that Ruby and Sapphire became one so quickly. I didn't know it was like that quick of a thing that had happened. Though you do see when Garnet, when she first forms, she's kind of like out of it. She doesn't know what happened, and she's not all really put together either, so I do like that aspect of it. Then in the second episode, Steven has a birthday, and apparently he's looked the same for the past few years. And he's actually older than Connie. He's 14, while Connie's like 12 and a half or something. And Steven actually attempts to shapeshift again when he actually tries to stretch himself out. Not really completely changing shape, but just stretching himself. And he actually reverts back to a baby at one point. So it's kind of the opposite of what happened in that one episode where he was teaching the gems about birthdays and he got really old. But still, it was a nice, calmer episode and it had a really nice message to it. Then on Wednesday, with It Could Have Been Great, we learned about what the Gem Homeworld's plan for Earth was, and apparently it was like to make it hollowed out and become like this base, I guess? Or colony, as Peridot put it. And it would have effectively destroyed all life on Earth, except for the gems. Because apparently since they're a spacefaring race, they can survive on different kinds of planets and actually adjust to the gravity, which we learn when they go to the moon. And when they go to the moon base, Peridot actually kind of upsets the crystal gems, saying that rose quartz pretty much doomed the planet by protecting it. So of course they get all upset, but Steven tries to defend Peridot, and Peridot actually steals something from the moon base, which is actually very important for the next episode, which is called Message Received, where Peridot contacts Yellow Diamond. The first we heard of Yellow Diamond was back in the first Steven bomb earlier last year, but now we actually get to see what she looks like. And apparently the diamonds look slightly more realistic looking and also are very, very tall. So they're like the tallest from Invader Zim. And this diamond also has a pearl, which attitude is completely different from the blue pearl or the pearl we know. All throughout the episode, Peridot was talking about how she's loyal to Yellow Diamond, but when she actually confronts her, telling her about Earth, she actually calls her a clod. So apparently Peridot had gained some attachment to the gems and Earth while she was there. She just hid it deep in her subconscious. Then on the final episode of the Steven bomb, we have sort of a flashback clip show thing, where we show what Peridot has been doing all the time that she's been there. And apparently she's been staying with the crystal gems for about over a month. At least that's as long as we know, because they said 30 days. At least I think that's how many days they said. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it shows Peridot slowly coming to understand the gems and the life on Earth. And apparently Garnet attempted to fuse with her at one point, to try and make her understand why she's always fused. And apparently the thing that got her to understand was comparing it to a TV drama that she got obsessed with. So most of this Steven bomb has actually been about Peridot. It's like 3 out of the 5, which I'm all for because I love Peridot. She's one of my favorites. And Peridot is apparently one of the crystal gems now, so it's official, she's a good guy. But now I'm interested to see what Yellow Diamond does in the next episode, if she's actually going to send anything to Earth. Which she probably will, because that was a big insult to hers, and she seems kind of like emotional that way. But as this show goes on, we kind of see a lot more of Rebecca Sugar's influences. One major one being Invader Zim, which you can find out a lot of the influences through this Steven bomb. And of course, there's a ton of anime references throughout the entire show. There is a point where I was thinking about making a video, is Steven Universe too influenced by anime? But I'll probably do that another time if I ever do it. Anyway, what did you think of this week's Steven bomb? Tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to take it.